The definition says that if f is a real function and c is a point in its domain, then the derivative of f at c is defined to be the limit of the quotient f x minus f of c and x minus c, if this limit exists. Now, the whole discussion of today is on this condition, this limit exists. The limit may not exist. When does the limit exist? When do we say that f dash c is defined? You remember very well that the limit of any function as x approaches c depends on two quantities called as the left hand limit and the right hand limit. So, this limit, that is limit of f x minus f of c upon x minus c, again depends whether as x tends to c from its lesser or greater side converge to the same value or not. And that is what brings up the definition of left hand and right hand derivatives. What is left hand and right hand derivative? Left hand derivative is defined as limit of f of x minus f of c upon x minus c as x takes values lesser than c, but very close to c. And the right hand derivative, well, you guessed it right, it should be limit of f x minus f of c by x minus c as x takes values closer to c but greater than c, indicated as c positive. And we say that a function is differentiable at x is equal to c if these two limits, that is the left and the right hand derivative, are finite and equal. That is what the concept of differentiability of a function at a particular point requires. So, we will now take few problems where we will examine these limits and discuss whether the function is differentiable at a particular point or not. A function f is said to be differentiable in an interval a b if it is differentiable at every point of a b. So, once we know how to examine the differentiability at a point, we also have an understanding of what it means by a function differentiable over a certain interval. There are few other results which will help us as we go further down in our lesson. And the very first theorem says, if a function f is differentiable at a point c, then f is also continuous at that point. A very significant result, and the proof is not too difficult. I will suggest that you do try the proof. Today we will only concentrate on the problems. We also have a result coming as a corollary which says that every differentiable function is continuous. What about the converse? The converse is not true. One of the examples that you can easily see as we go further with testing the derivability at a point will be of the modulus function. You know that it is a V-shaped graph, remember? So, it is continuous, and subsequent part of the lesson will teach you that it is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. So, remember these results and refer to them as and where the need arises. Let us take a problem to discuss the differentiability of a function at a particular point. The problem states, examine the differentiability of the following function f x at x is equal to 2, and how is the function defined?